JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, elderly pedestrian struck by motor car dies. An elderly man who was walking along the flank of Main Road in St. James on Saturday died after he was struck by a vehicle during a downpour of rain in what the police described as a dimly lit area. Llewellyn Mackenzie, 72, of Bamboo Drive in Hanover, was hit by a motor car as he walked along the roadway in the vicinity of Burke Barracks about 7 p.m. He was transported to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The police are now probing the circumstances surrounding the collision. They said the driver has been warned for prosecution. Accused phone thief nabbed, police seeking accomplice. A man accused of stealing a cellular phone from a woman's pants pocket in downtown Kingston on Saturday is currently behind bars, while the police are seeking his accomplice. The accused, 20-year-old Dennis Morgan of Jones Street, Kingston, has been charged with larceny from the person. Police reports are that about 11:40 a.m., the woman was walking along West Street when Morgan approached her from behind and grabbed her phone from her pants pocket. He then reportedly handed the cellular phone to his accomplice, who escaped on foot. Further reports are that the woman held on to Morgan and summoned the police. On their arrival, Morgan was handed over to them and was arrested and charged with the offense. His accomplice is being sought by the police. Ganja valued at $7.84 million seized in St. Elizabeth. The police are reporting that narcotics personnel seized approximately 1,960 pounds of ganja in Parrot District, St. Elizabeth on Saturday. The police say that about 8:30 p.m., a Toyota Noah bus and a Nissan station wagon were intercepted during anti-narcotics operations in the Parrot area. According to the police, a man ran from one of the vehicles while the driver of the other vehicle was held. His name is being withheld pending a formal interview in the presence of his attorney. The police say the vehicles were searched and several bags containing compressed ganja were found. The area was searched and the police found a boat with fuel and an additional amount of ganja. The police say the total ganja seized has an estimated street value of $7.84 million. Narcotics detectives are appealing to anyone with information about this find to contact them at 876-923-5729, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Johnson good spirits after shooting incident. Head coach Philip Williams says Tivoli Gardens midfielder Jermaine Johnson is recovering well after being shot in central Kingston on Thursday. Johnson and two other persons were shot by a group of men who drove up beside them moments sometime after 5 p.m. Williams says that Johnson is alert and communicating with teammates and other well-wishers daily. He's talking to us, Williams said. He's very lively, very jovial, as he always is. He seems to be recuperating quickly and also very well. While optimistic about a full recovery, Williams said that he expects that the timeline for Johnson's release would be determined on a day-to-day basis, in keeping with how his recovery continues to progress. Johnson, 40 years old, said on Instagram on Saturday that he is appreciative of the support and messages from fans and vowed to return stronger. Sorry if I can't reply to all the messages and well wishes at the moment, he said. With God's help, I shall be strong again. Thanks much for the love from each and every one. National defender Damian Lowe and other national players, as well as Jamaica Football Federation President Michael Ricketts, also sent messages of support to Johnson. It was indeed a big shock to hear of his ordeal, Ricketts said. We hope he'll recover fully and be able to continue his long and illustrious career in the game. Johnson has made 74 appearances for the national team and has also played in England and the United States in a career lasting over 2 decades. Williams said that Johnson has the support of the Tivoli Gardens community, where he started his professional career. He's one of the players that the community is very proud of, Williams said. He's one of the few footballers that managed to play overseas, and he has done so in a period of time when it was not so common. Definitely, the community as a whole is praying for him and wishes him a speedy recovery. American mom presses Wholeness to intervene 3 years after daughter's unsolved murder. American model Desiree Gibbons' unsolved murder has forced her family to call for the intervention of newly sworn-in Prime Minister Andrew Holness because it has been 3 years since the heinous killing. Desiree's mother, Andrea Gibbon, in an open letter to Holness, said that to date, no one has been held accountable for the brutal beating and murder of her firstborn child, whose body was found in bushes along the Long Hill Main Road in St. James. Gibbon went missing on November 25, 2017, from her grandmother's bread and breakfast, Gibbs Chateau, in Mount Salem, St. James. She was found with her throat slit days later. Andrea Gibbon believes that her daughter was killed elsewhere, but that the killers transported her body and dumped it in bushes, where a property caretaker nearby stumbled upon her corpse. I want answers. I need justice for my beloved daughter. She was my world, my life, my fame. She is the best thing I ever did, the mother pleaded. I'm sure you can say the same when you look at your sons, Adam and Matthew, questioning the perceived callousness and ease with which Jamaicans have come to accept murder as a normal way of life. Gibbon accused the police who were investigating the case of covering up her daughter's murder. She said she learned of the murder after a Jamaican reporter alerted the New York press. What a shame. The detectives working on Desiree's case have failed to follow up leads given to them. They deleted her phone records received from AT&T, as one detective informed us that they were not useful, and proceeded to say only requested 1 day of records, the woman charged. Gibbon claims that evidence taken from the murder scene, one Tory Birch flip-flop, was given to Desiree's uncle at her grandmother's bed and breakfast and was not kept for evidence and swabbed for DNA. Desiree's Jamaica phone mysteriously disappeared, and when I kept pressing, I was told it was sent to Kingston. Now I'm being told that it was empty, despite my taking pictures of everything in her phone. Names and phone numbers were given to the investigators and have yet to be followed up, Gibbon said. Gibbon said she scheduled a meeting with the Major Investigation Division MID team on Monday, November 25, 2019, exactly 2 years after her daughter's body was found. However, she remains in a state of shock after she claimed an investigator asked why she was in Jamaica and what kind of meeting she wanted to have. She has singled out 2 detectives on the case for unprofessional behavior. Inspector, name withheld, proceeded to tell me I'm too aggressive and I do not speak well of them nor of Jamaica. So because you don't like me, you don't do your job? These are the people that represent your island, really? She asked Holness. The American woman warns that she has no intention of abandoning her quest for justice. Gibbon disclosed that she has hired an international investigator to assist in the case. Make no mistake, we are the victims, we're not the enemy, she said. Desiree Gibbon has been described by her mother as an advocate for racial equity and women's rights, global warming, among other causes. The late model spent her childhood days in Jamaica, where her father was born. She wanted to change the world and make it a safe place for every living soul, said Andrea. 3 immigration officers at Sangster International COVID positive. CEO of Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, Andrew Winter, has confirmed that 3 immigration officers stationed at the Sangster International Airport have tested positive for COVID-19. Winter said the test results were received sometime last week and that the officers are in quarantine. The cases were transmitted locally, he said. 3 officers were tested positive, and we carried out our health protocols. They were quarantined and nobody else was affected by it. From what we are hearing, it was local transmission. It didn't have anything to do with their work. We carried out our deep cleaning measures under the guidance of the Ministry of Health, and we briefed the staff so everybody was aware of what happened, explained Winter. COVID screws to tighten as deaths and cases mount. COVID-19 cases continued to mount in Jamaica on Sunday, with the country recording 79 new cases and a 33rd death. The latest deceased is a 54-year-old man from St. James. 5 other deaths of COVID-19 positive individuals are under investigation. Sunday's cases bring to 3,103 the number of coronavirus infections in Jamaica. The government is expected to announce today a tightening of restrictions on movement, including longer curfew hours, among other measures to curb transmission. This move comes after the Ministry of Health and Wellness confirmed on Friday that the country was officially in the community spread phase. However, the ministry did not make the disclosure on the eve of the September 3 election when the community spread designation had been made. COVID-19 cases are expected to rise further after a brisk election campaign that saw widespread flouting of social distancing and mask-wearing protocols. Of the newly confirmed cases, there are 50 females and 29 males, with ages ranging from 1 year to 76. The cases were recorded in St. Catherine, 34, Kingston and St. Andrew, 28, St. Anne, 9, St. Elizabeth, 3, Clarendon, 2, Portland, 2, and Manchester, 1. 2 of the new cases are contacts of confirmed cases, while the remaining 77 are under investigation. Just under 960 people have recovered from the disease. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.